Welcome back to our 5th installment video on the topic of your last will and testament. We've spent time talking about your assets when you die, but what about the debts you owe when you die? What happens to them? Let's chat. Unfortunately, when you die, your debts don't magically go away. Instead, they become the debts of your estate. This includes your final medical bills, utilities, credit cards, mortgages, car loans, etc. Basically, your executor will be put in charge of making sure your estate pays these bills out of your assets. It's good news to know that your heirs do not become liable for any debts, not legally or morally. Just keep in mind that if someone co-signed a loan, that person will now owe the debt. Joint holders on credit cards similarly will owe the debt. And some states have laws that require spouses to pay debts, and spouses in community property states may be required to use community property to pay the debts of a deceased spouse. But in your will, it may be wise to include a simple clause that provides for the payment of debts, including your funeral, your last medical bills. These are the type of bills that need to be paid within a relatively short period of time after you die. When these creditors make valid claims against your estate, your executor can be instructed to pay those debts first before any gifts are made to your heirs. You can also specify in your will that if any of your beneficiaries owe you money, that their debts to you be paid by them prior to them receiving their inheritance. Let's change gears for a moment and talk about your burial. Your will is a good opportunity to let your loved ones know what you prefer happen to your body. You can state in your will whether you want to be cremated, have a funeral or memorial service, or even name your preferred cemetery. These are just wishes and not really legally binding, since your executor will be the decision maker on these things, but most will want to honor your wishes. Since these decisions have to be made quickly when you die, it's a good idea also to have that tough conversation with your family so they know what you want. You can also do a burial plan separate from your will, where you can be more detailed in your wishes and don't have to wait for the will to be presented. Now that we've talked through the uncomfortable topics, let's take a break and come back soon. We will go through the last aspect of your will, getting it signed properly so that it is enforceable. Stay tuned.